What's up, YouTube? Stack44 coming in with another video. 10 reasons why women dislike Kevin Samuels. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, all my regular subscribers. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button in the corner of your screen. Hit that notification bell as well. You get all my videos sent straight to your phone or your device as soon as I put one up on YouTube. But let's get right into this video. 10 reasons why I think women dislike Kevin Samuels. You know, we're approaching 2023, fast approaching. And as you guys know, I didn't really do too much content in 2022. And on May 5th, we lost Kevin Samuels to a heart attack. And the days after he died, we took a look in our mirror in our community and seen that people were celebrating this man's death. And most of it was women celebrating his death. You know, and unfortunately, I felt like I want to add a take on why I think they disliked him, but they didn't have to celebrate his death. That's a whole nother video. But I came up with 10 reasons why I thought women dislike Kevin and his content. You know, and as a content creator, not going to sit here and co-sign and say I agree on any other content creator's content. But I felt like these was the reasons why women disliked his content and who he was as a guy. So number one was he told the raw truth for the most part, you know, and a lot of times, you know, people, you know, don't want to hear the truth, you know. He asked them certain questions, break things down, and you know, he just told you what every man on pretty much the face of the earth thinks about certain situations, and he was not, you know, hesitating not to do so. So a lot of times, you know, guys in the everyday community, 9 out of 10 guys is going to tell you a lie, you know, and then you got that one guy that's the asshole is going to tell you the truth. And a lot of times women like the assholes and they don't really like the nice guys. So it's kind of funny how, you know, you be blunt with it, they don't like you, but then you kind of just an asshole in general and they love you. So at the end of the day, he told them the raw truth. Number two, he ranked them. You know, he told them they couldn't use the number 7 on a 1 to 10 scale for their looks. And a lot of times, a lot of women didn't like that they couldn't use 7 and he felt like Kelly Rowland was like a 9 or 10 and Beyonce was an 8. And you know, when people say they was 8, he actually then was up there with Beyonce, and he'll bring them down to 5 or 6 or adjustable 6. But then he'll say, what you look like with fresh face out the shower, not counting your makeup and all of the other enhancements that make you beautiful these days. So that kind of hurt women's feelings as well, because a lot of times women use those for enhancements to enhance themselves, and a lot of these times these women use these enhancements to cover up their insecurities, and Kevin knew that, and he used that as the ranking system to talk to him about what you rank. And then, you know, the average is best video went off the chain. Y'all know that video. So that's my number two. Number three, he held them accountable for their actions, pretty much accountable for their past and accountable for the things they say they wanted in a man. What I mean by that was he will say, you know, how you expect to have a high value man that really is a top 10% earner in the world anyway. You know how women say they want 6 figures, they want 6 inches, and they want 6 feet. And at the end of the day, that's a 10% of a 10 to 15% of a man in the world, especially in the black community. So if you come along with a situation, you know, that you had in the past and you don't qualify, he basically was just telling you, he's holding you accountable for where you stand at now to qualify to get that man. And you know, I'll break that down a little later down the list for me. But that was my number three. Number four, he gave them mirror talk. So basically, he was telling them to be courteous, you know, be fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive. And a lot of times, women didn't want to hear that mirror talk about what they got to change about themselves. They want the man to adjust to them. But let's be honest, when you a high value man, you have your pick of the litter. So women got to cooperate with your program. And a lot of times women didn't really want to understand that they was operating in a whole different arena compared to used to guys they used to having. You know, some of these women I could tell that was on this platform talking to them was used to guys catering to what they was doing, drinking their bathwater. Basically, they was dealing with simps, and they wanted to find out if they can get a high value man to act like a simp. Some guys, I ain't gonna say every man high value is alpha, but some of them are simps. But he would call them out on their mirror talk about look in the mirror. Do you weigh the certain weight to qualify for a high value man? Do you have less baggage for the high value man? Stuff like that. So that's what my number 4 was, mirror talk. All right, number 5, he demand respect. Now we know Kevin used to talk over the women a lot, but at the end of the day, he demand respect. You know, he wants you to come on, introduce yourself. You know, give everybody your age. You know what I'm saying? Why was you calling? Not to just come in and, you know, be so hype and go in on them. And a lot of women will call in with, you know, just want to get their point across, or just didn't called, you know, maybe a couple times and never got through. But when they finally got through, they were so hyped to talk to him, they was being disrespectful, and he stopped them right then and there for them to respect him and his platform. And a lot of women didn't like that. You know, he did cut them off. You know, he did do a lot of cutting off. I'm not gonna say I agree every time he cut them off, but he did cut them off and made them respect his show. And then he'll ask them questions to break them down to, you know, the point they was trying to get across on the platform. You know, and I'm not gonna say I agree with that content, but at the end of the day, he did make them respect his show. If not, they got booted off or they got kicked off, and y'all seen plenty of them did that too as well. All right, number 6, he told them what man thinks in all around scenarios. You know, just like he used to use the content of talking about if the lioness and the king lion got together and she had cubs, he would want to wipe out the cubs. A lot of times, you know, guys don't want to sign up making, let's say, a guy making 200,000-300,000 a year. You think he want to deal with a woman with some damn kids? I'm not lying. The guy don't. And most time, guys are gonna want to get something fit, friendly, submissive, and all that, and they gotta be looking good. You know, we can date a woman that work at Burger King, look good as hell working on the fries, compared to dating a woman with 2 kids, an executive at a company making 200,000 a year. We rather go get the woman that got no money and got the beauty. And he's right. You know, a lot of times guys don't think about, you know, all that stuff that women think we should. You know, women be out here trying to do stuff like a man and think we're gonna submit to that, and it don't work like that. We don't need to be with another person that's the man. You know, somebody got to be the breadwinner, and that's what Kevin was bringing up. Now, there's some guys that's out here that's bums, don't want nothing for themselves, but he was talking about high value man. He wasn't talking about low value man. He was talking about high value man. So I know before y'all get in the comment section trying to say it's guys out here that's, you know, sorry. Yeah, he was talking about high value man. That's the 10% of the total of people he was talking about. All right, number 7. He was married at one point, and he used to throw it in the women's face that he was married, and he could get married if he wanted to, because he had options to get married, and they never been married. So what I mean by that, he used to always say women was the engagement queens. And, you know, at the end of the day, women used to say, well, how you going to get advice if you divorced? But at the same time, he did say, I was finished and I was married. Taken from a man that's been married myself, and now I'm not married, it's still a better situation. Would you rather listen to somebody that's been married or a person that never been married? I'd rather listen to somebody that's been married, because some of the things he was saying I just understood because I was married myself. So he used to throw that in women's face, like, can you go get married instead of being engaged? So that was my number 7. Number 8, he disqualified women from a high value man. So, you know, he basically broke down what disqualified them on each situation. They'll call in, he'll ask them, do you want to work or do you want to work to pay significant bills? How many kids you want? You know, what type of job the man should have. Because he would basically say you looking for the wrong man, because a lot of women don't know, you know, what a man profession should be to take care of a home with a wife with 3 kids. A lot of women didn't know this information. A lot of women felt like it seemed like they was pulling a name out the box and in delusional world when it came to the logistics of understanding what it took to have a type of man making a certain type of money to carry on that fairy tale life or that life they want to live. So he basically knew how to disqualify them by saying their thinking system was totally off. On top of the baggage they came with, on top of the looks they requirement they wanted, on top of their age and all that. So he knew how to disqualify them by breaking down what was on their wish list and tell them what the truth was about qualifying for a high value man. So I think that pissed women off as well, and that was my number 8. Number 9, he ran down the numbers and the statistics. He said 1 out of 4 black women would get married in their lifetime. He would tell them that. He basically would break down the jump from the 1960s, how basically Jenny Jones and all those talk shows from the reality shows kind of messed up everything, and now how the statistics of how many black men is out here single and not married, and you know how many guys make 100,000 a year, all that stuff. So he had the statistics to prove it in black. I think it was like Black Genomics or something like that. I forgot exactly where he got them from, but he did pull the statistics, and just say you guys are just picking wrong. And so at the end of the day, he came out with statistics so people could see that, you know, that he had on top of him having the ranking system and disqualifying yourself because of your weight. He basically broke down, like, you know, he had women call in, 2 women call in together talking about we both out here trying to do this and do that, and he'll just basically let them know, like, y'all competing for the same man. You know, and that is true. You got a best friend that's a girl and you a girl, and y'all, you know, y'all 23, 24, whatever, and y'all out here trying to get a high value man. Y'all competing for the same type of man. Unfortunately, y'all are. So he'll break down the statistics. He had the statistics on point. That's another thing that I did like about him. That was my number 9. I think that's another thing that hurt women's feelings, because when you put down numbers, sometimes people, or you write things on paper and people see the percentage chance of them making it in life or making it in certain areas, people don't like that. And number 10, my last but not least, he made fun of their weight and fun of just, you know, their mindset as well, you know. And I felt like, you know, I don't sit here and agree with it, but at the same time, you know, we can't be on a platform asking for something knowing that men are visual. Let's just be honest with you. If you're asking for a man to sit there and pay your way, you need to be looking the best you should be looking. And that ain't trying to play it off with a girdle, getting a body surgery and all this extra stuff. Like, at the end of the day, a person is going to get, you know, a person's gonna find out if you're faking it till you make it. A man's gonna see that, especially if a man that doing all these high value stuff and putting in the work. He's gonna be able to see past your fakeness. So at the end of the day, he used to make fun of the weight and fun of, you know, the looks, fun of the hair, stuff like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say I agree with it, but anytime a person put themselves on a platform and you had a bonnet on your head, or you're not, you know, the weight requirement asking for a man to make $250,000 for you to sit at home and keep eating, I feel like that's comical myself. So that was my last one. You know, to go over the list one more time real quick. Number 1, he told the overall truth. Number 2, he had a ranking system. Number 3, he held them accountable. Number 4, he gave them mirror talk. Number 5, he demanded respect. Number 6, he told them what all men thinking in most of all situations. Number 7, he he was married at one point and told women that, can you even get married at one point? Number 8, he disqualified women from high value men by using his ranking system. Number 9, he ran the statistics and numbers in the black community and all communities as well. And number 10, he made fun of their weight and their appearance. So, I love to see what's going to go on the comment section about, Kevin Samuels, and was I on point of like that's what people disliked about him or the women disliked about him. But I love to hear what you guys got in the comment section. But for my channel and for my guys and the people that support me, I want you to attack your life. I want you to stack up your life. I want you to plan, purpose, and program going in 2023. And I'll holler at you guys on the next video. Peace.